In the end, it was not the revolution that had been expected, but a quiet, unassuming surrender. The forces of conformity, so meticulously crafted by the world state, had ultimately prevailed. John, the outsider, the rebel, the embodiment of humanity's deepest longings, had been consumed by the very system he had sought to challenge. His tragic demise served as a stark reminder of the world state's unwavering commitment to its principles of pleasure, consumption, and social control. As the days passed, the memory of John's defiance began to fade, replaced by the comforting familiarity of routine and predictability. The citizens of the world state, once again, found solace in their somas, their feelies, and their endless distractions. The director, confident in the stability of his regime, smiled knowingly, his eyes gleaming with the satisfaction of a job well done. The wheels of the world state's machinery continued to turn, smoothly, efficiently, and without interruption. And yet, amidst this sea of tranquility, a sense of disquiet lingered, a feeling that something essential, something fundamental to the human experience, had been lost. It was as if the world state's relentless pursuit of happiness had come at a terrible cost, a cost that could never be fully reckoned. The price of freedom, of autonomy, of the very soul itself. For in a world where people were genetically engineered, conditioned, and pharmacologically manipulated to be happy, what room was left for genuine emotion, for passion, for love? In the sterile, efficient world of the world state, the concept of family had been all but eradicated. The traditional bonds of relationships, once forged through shared experiences, struggles, and triumphs, had been replaced by a fleeting, superficial connection. People were no longer born but manufactured, decanted, and conditioned to fulfill specific roles. The notion of a mother, a father, a child, had been reduced to a distant, quaint memory, a relic of a bygone era. The world state's obsession with pleasure, with instant gratification, had led to a society devoid of depth, of meaning, of purpose. The citizens of this brave new world were content to drift through life, untroubled by the burdens of thought, of reflection, of self-awareness. They were a population of sleepwalkers, numb to the world around them, incapable of experiencing the full range of human emotions. Their lives were a never-ending cycle of consumption, of acquisition, of discard and renewal. In this dystopian landscape, the figure of John stood as a poignant reminder of what had been lost. His story, a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit, served as a warning, a clarion call to awaken from the slumber of indifference. For in a world that had abandoned its connection to the natural, to the emotional, to the irrational, John's presence had been a jarring, dissonant note, a note that had threatened to shatter the fragile, artificial harmony of the world state. As we gaze upon this brave new world, we are forced to confront the darker aspects of our own society, the ways in which we, too, have succumbed to the allure of pleasure, of convenience, of instant gratification, the manner in which we have surrendered our autonomy, our freedom, to the whims of technology, of consumerism, of the state. We are reminded that the price of our happiness, of our security, is often paid in the currency of our humanity. In the end, it is not the world state's efficiency, its productivity, or its apparent utopia that we should fear, but its emptiness, its hollowness, its lack of soul. For in a world that has lost touch with its own emotions, its own passions, its own heart, we are left with an existence that is barely worth living. An existence that is, in the words of John, not worth living, if one has not the freedom to live it as one chooses. The memory of John, of his struggles, of his triumphs, and of his ultimate defeat, will continue to haunt us, a ghostly reminder of the choices we have made, of the paths we have chosen. It is a reminder that our own world, our own society, is not so different from the world state, that we, too, are capable of creating a dystopia, a nightmare from which we may never awaken. But it is also a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit, to the unquenchable thirst for freedom, for autonomy, for life itself. As we close this chapter, this chronicle of a brave new world, we are left with a sense of unease, of disquiet, of uncertainty. We are forced to confront the possibility that our own world, our own future, may be shaped by the same forces that have created this dystopian landscape. But we are also reminded that it is not too late, that we still have the power to choose, to shape our own destiny, to forge our own path. The question is, will we choose to follow the example of the world state, or will we forge a different road, a road that leads to a brighter, more humane, more compassionate future? The answer, much like the future itself, remains uncertain, a mystery waiting to be unraveled.